Hello wonderful person, this is Anton, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at an exceptionally difficult space game known as Rogue System. Without spoiling too much, let's actually jump into this and find out what it's all about. Welcome to What the Math. Alright, so why is this game so difficult? Well, it's actually because what this game creates is an extremely realistic simulator of a spacecraft, to the point where you actually have to understand how spacecraft work, how space dynamics work, and how to essentially control a spacecraft in an environment of Newtonian physics. It is ridiculously hard. There's actually 6 different tutorial missions. I've managed to finish the majority of them relatively well, except of course that I kind of did screw up in quite a lot of them and managed to damage my ship in different ways. And there's also one mission that's basically a sandbox and one mission that's a rescue mission that I still have not completed because it's so hard. But we're going to go into something simple so I can actually show you and demonstrate to you how this game works. You know what? Let's actually start with something as simple as basic maneuvering. Basically, how do you actually control your spacecraft? So every single mission, you start inside your craft, basically kind of floating around in zero gravity. You can pretty much control everything here, like you can press these buttons, turn the lights on, turn the lights off. Some of these will be actually openable in the future. And once you actually orient yourself, once you find what to do, oh, you can actually probably even open this, I think. Let me just try this. I know I was able to open one of these things before and accidentally broke something. But anyway, so yeah, everything here is controllable. Everything here is basically accessible. Now, your goal for now, though, in this mission, is to learn how to control this spacecraft. You can actually see the outside view of the spacecraft by pressing F2, and this is what it actually looks like. This is where you are currently located. But that's not really important right now because our goal is to actually learn how to maneuver this craft. You can see there's actually some planets in the distance, and you can totally approach these, you can orbit around them. Everything here is very realistic. In a sense, it's sort of like Kerbal Space Program, except that it doesn't have landings yet. But in every other sense, this is like Kerbal Space Program on steroids. It's basically super hard. See those buttons? You have to know every single one of them. All right, we're gonna sit down in our seat right now. You find yourself in this pilot seat, and now you have to actually figure out what to do. Well, having played this for a few hours now, I know that you first of all have to actually fasten your seatbelt. You have to enable the seatbelt. You have to press the button by clicking on it, and you're going to be positioned in your seat facing nothing. Now, where is everything? What's going on here? You actually have to navigate into the displays here and then enable your view so you can actually see the outside. This is how involved this game is. So now we can actually kind of sort of see the planet over there and the space, and there's a Milky Way in the background, and there's the star right there. You can kind of see it sticking out from the side. Every single one of these buttons that I'm going to zoom into here, every single one of these buttons does something. So there's communication button for talking, navigation button for plotting your course between these 3 objects that already exist in this game. And this is the docking port, displays, of course, and every single panel has buttons you can click on. All of these panels mean something. All of these actually activate something. So this is mostly for like engines and autopilot, which is right here. This is your data, so it shows you apoapsis, periapsis. It shows you actual velocity around the planet, period that it would take you to orbit the planet, your eccentricity, your angle of elevation, or I believe it's called zenith angle here, and basically everything else, so altitude and so on. This right here is your batteries. You can charge your batteries. You can actually run out of power if you're not careful enough. And so you can actually see there's a core temperature too. Sometimes things overheat. Things can actually explode. Things can always go wrong. There's so many things that can go wrong here. I'm going to skip through this tutorial just to show you what's going to happen. So it's telling me to turn this on. Or turn it off, I guess. And now what we're going to do is basically learn how to maneuver ourselves. Now, the game does give you pretty easy controls. You can either control this with a gamepad or you can control this with keyboard. But essentially, because this is a Newtonian physics game, if I were to start moving left, I would continue moving left indefinitely. So you can see the star is coming into view now, but I will not stop until I basically start blasting the other way. And it's actually really challenging to kind of get used to these controls. So if I were to go outside right now, you see that my ship is actually moving right now. And if you're actually trying to dock somewhere, if you're trying to approach something, you have to be really, really precise. And for this reason, this game actually gives you very precise maneuvering abilities. So this is RCS. This is kind of, if you've played Kerbal Space Program, this is sort of like the more powerful hydrazine engine that uses ionized molecules to basically propel itself. But if you want more precision, you can actually completely turn off your ionizer and use cold gas. So now I'm using cold gas, which is very, very inefficient, but allows me for very precise maneuvering. And then if I want some more stuff, I can enable boosters. And if I want more speed, I can enable my engines here and start propelling myself somewhere. Whoa, I'm moving everywhere. I'm moving all over the place. Now, if you want to stabilize yourself, you can actually use autopilot. You can stabilize one direction, or you can stabilize all three, which is what I just did right now. And let's actually see if we can maybe start moving a little bit. So there's our periapsis, apoapsis. I can actually start, so I believe this is the direction of vector of velocity. So if I were to face that and start moving toward it, I think this should technically, if my space sciences don't deceive me, this should increase my apoapsis, making me go into higher orbit with more elliptical parameters. So let's see if we can do it. We're gonna enable our thrusters. I believe it's the button that I have set to, there we go. Enable thrusters 100%. That's the sound of engine running. And look at that. Apoapsis increasing dramatically. Eccentricity is already 2%, 3%. And so now we can actually reach a relatively high velocity and possibly even set ourselves on an escape velocity out of this system. And in the game, you'll actually be required to, well, if you're doing one of the missions, you'll be required to, like, for example, reach another planet using Hawkman maneuver. And luckily here, you don't actually have to manually calculate it. And I did this once playing Kerbal Space Program. There's actually a video I made about how to manually calculate Hawkman maneuver. But yeah, you don't have to do it manually. The game luckily does it for you automatically through autopilot. Autopilot allows you to basically calculate this very precisely. But the thing is, you still have to kind of sort of, you know, maneuver yourself into the right direction. You have to maneuver your craft very precisely. And you have to make sure that you're using the right buttons to do all of this. So it is autopilot based, but at the same time, it's still manually based too. So every single button, like I said, does something. You have to at some point understand what you're doing. You have to at some point learn these buttons. And some of these easier things that, you know, we're so used to doing in games, like for example, taking off or landing, are actually exceptionally hard in Rogue system. It basically is described as the realistic exploration and combat simulator, and it prides itself on being exceptionally difficult. It's a game that's made by only like 2 or 3 people, I think, and it's still in early access, but it's totally worth getting because it's so unique and so difficult. Anyway, I think we're actually, oh wow, I'm on the escape velocity now. That's awesome. So we're going to decrease our velocity now, and we're moving. We've actually increased our speed by about 1,200 meters per second, and so now we're actually on the escape velocity out of this planetary system. You can see my engines are still cooling down. They're still kind of active. There they are, still burning a little bit. And we're going to be escaping the planet we're just orbiting. Where is that planet? I don't see it anymore. I think it's actually right there. You can kind of see its shadow. It's about to be covered, or the star is about to be covered by that planet, but the planet is right there. There's a big outline of it. And what we're going to try to do is see what happens when you actually escape the system. Now, I believe to accelerate time, I can actually, yeah, there we go. Time compression. I can actually increase time to about 5x, and this should allow me to get to much higher altitudes. So if I were to look outside now Yeah, I'm slowly flying away from the planet. You can kind of maybe see the outline. It's really, really hard to see, but I'm definitely flying out of the system. So I'm going to wait a little bit and let's see what happens once we escape the system here. Alright, so I actually went to sleep here. There's a button that allows you to go to sleep to basically kind of accelerate time a little bit more. And let's see where we are right now. So I guess, yeah, we were way, way farther away from that other planet. We're definitely on the escape trajectory from... Are we actually escaping from the system? That's very, very possible. Anyway, so that's how this game works in a nutshell. And you can actually even go in here and check out the... all of the parameters of every single planet here. So all of this is going to be at some point be completely developed into an actual functioning solar system with a lot of things to do. For now though, there is not that much to do, but it still has enough already for you to actually have a lot of fun. So let me just show you what else you can actually have here. So we're going to bring up the missions again, and you'll see that there is actually, so there's these tutorials which I'm not going to go through because they're kind of a little bit long. This is actually a very important tutorial that allows you to transfer between planets using EMRC drive, or electromagnetic resonant cavity drive. Sort of like the, faster than speed light sort of thing. Although I don't think it moves faster than speed, but it just moves really, really fast. But we're going to see if we can maybe, okay, should we try to dock? Because that's a very hard mission. I still haven't finished this one. Or let's just actually go into Sandbox and see if we can even start our ship and undock. I believe we start in a power down state, dock to a station, and there's at least one object in orbit. So, can I actually figure this out? And this is just to give you an idea of how difficult this game really is. So I'm going to try to sit down and try to power up my ship. I don't remember all the buttons. As a matter of fact, I don't remember most of the buttons that I have to press. I do know that I have to turn on my batteries manually, and I do know I have to turn on my engine manually. Right now, everything, as you can see, is completely off. Now, luckily, I think, no, that's just a light. I think I have to press this button. No, this button. This is a battery, right there. Boom. Ah, yes, thank you. All right, enabled. Okay, second battery, enabled. No. Oh no. Alarm. Okay, you can turn off the alarm by clicking on this. Okay, so the battery is on. That's good. That's good. So far, so good. What else can we do here? So I guess I can try to right away turn on my monitor, see what's going on outside, and maybe, just maybe, I'll enable my engine. Wait, that's not the right engine though, is it? So at this point, I'm basically clicking on everything, hoping that at some point I'll turn on my ship. I don't really know if I'm doing the right thing here, but let's see if it does something. I have totally forgotten how to do this. It's really, really hard. There's a tutorial that goes through this. I did it, and I did not remember anything. Oh, look at that. Engine on, right? Oh, I think this is working. Can I do this? Okay, so looks like we were able to turn something on. Now, I believe I have to use communication here by pressing this, I think, and maybe this. And I have to call the station and ask them to undock me. So let's see if we can maybe, just maybe, do that. So looks like I'm turning things on slowly. Don't remember what they're doing, though. Alright, so looks like I'm turning things slowly. Things are going up, so that's a good sign, right? Yeah, that's a good sign. Now, do I still have no communication? Yeah, I think still no communication for some reason. I think I still forgot to turn on... Oh, my battery's draining. That's not good. Battery number 2? Can I switch to battery number 2? Oh boy, this battery's completely dead. Alright, let's allow charging. Can I charge the battery? Oh no, I forgot how. I forgot how to charge the battery. There's no charge left whatsoever. Okay, so it looks like my ship might lose power completely soon because I'm draining a lot of power, but I'm not charging anything. I totally forgot how to do it. Maybe this? What is this? I don't know what that is. Oh, no. That's a jettison of core. Don't jettison core. Oh no. Game over. I think I just jettisoned my core. Yeah. My ship is dead. Well, that was the fastest game ever. I totally screwed up already. Anyway, so they were still docked to that station, clearly. and we were not able to do anything. So this is how difficult this game is. But you know what? I honestly love it. If you enjoy space simulators, especially super realistic space simulators, it does not get more realistic than this. This is as hard as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. This is really, really cool. Now, I bought this on sale, so if you get this game on sale, or if you actually don't mind supporting the developers while they're developing this game, do get it. It was really, really cheap on sale. It's actually not a very expensive game, but it does cost like $20 or $30 when it's cheap. But it's definitely not a finished product, so be aware. So if you enjoy challenge, if you love simulators that are really realistic, that allow you to go through all these crazy buttons that I already turned off and don't have access to, and you actually want to play something that's super, super physically and even chemically realistic. It does have a lot of explanations on various chemical reactions that take place for you to actually operate those engines. Then give Rogue System a try. I'm posting the link for this game in the description, so do check it out. And anyway, you know what? I'm going to just give up. This time, I'm not going to be able to finish this mission, mostly because it is really, really hard. So give this game a try if you enjoy a challenge. A Rogue System is definitely something that I would recommend to anyone who loves space games and who likes games that are just challenging in general. And this definitely uses a lot of realistic science, a lot of realistic topics, and will definitely teach you one thing or two things about how to basically explore space in real life using Newtonian physics. So this is Rogue System in a nutshell, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to potentially support the game developers by buying this game. And come back here tomorrow to either watch me play another video game or possibly learn something completely different about space, sciences, and possibly even math. Anyway, that's Rogue System. I'm going to take a break from this game because it's just, sometimes it drives me crazy how difficult this is. But you know what? I love it nevertheless. Let's turn on our systems. We're going to put our ship to sleep. And good night. My love, good night. Hey, it's still working. Whoa, that's unexpected. And well, that's it for Rogue System. Thank you for watching. Space out, guys. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye-bye.